Today we're going to slow stitch a personalised bookmark, and this is the one that I made here. It was inspired by some gorgeous fabric that I found in my stash. I'm really attracted to the autumnal shades at the moment, so this is a cosy autumn project that I'm making. And this is the Liberty Lawn that I found in my sewing box, and isn't it absolutely gorgeous? We're going to need a small rectangle of some lightweight fabric like that, and also another fabric to back this onto, and also some batting to go inside just to make it a little bit more comfortable and padded to sew through, or you could use a piece of fleece or felt if you like instead. So these are the fabrics that I was playing around with. I absolutely love these. I'm going to be making some more of them, so I've got a few in my stash ready. Now I did pick out some gorgeous colours of thread as well, and obviously we're going to need the other supplies to make this, like scissors, and also it does help if you iron your fabrics beforehand. So they're my fabrics all nicely prepared, and I'm just going to snip off a few little threads on the edge of that frayed fabric and then iron it again, and I'm going to iron in the sides there so that it makes a nice neat edge. Now ironing it in, it will work just like that, but I did find this absolutely amazing product called a Sew Line fabric pen, and that worked really beautifully for holding those edges in place. So I'd highly recommend using something like that because it just stops them from flapping about a little bit. I understand that they're used for English paper piecing, and I've got one for my mum for her birthday, so hopefully she'll like that too. Now, I put the little rectangle on the top of my base fabric and I'm just eyeballing it, but I have done you a template if you want to see that as well. And this is the Sew Line pen that I used, and it worked absolutely beautifully for adding that fabric onto the top of my base fabric. I'm using little rectangles of fabric, and the base fabric is cut into a very long rectangle because I'm going to fold it over. I've cut myself a little bit of batting to go on the middle, and I'm just making sure that that's a little bit smaller, and I only need that on one side underneath just to add a little bit of cushioning, a little bit of padding for me to sew it in. What I'm doing now is just sewing around the rectangle that I put on my base fabric, and I'm just using a basic running stitch for that. There's nothing complicated here, and that's just going to fix it in place, and that has the added advantage of fixing the batting in place as well. Now, to make the personalised element, I'm just using a stamp, some archival black ink, and stamping that onto some cotton twill tape. Now I have got this gorgeous magenta coloured twill tape that backs it quite nicely, and it goes with all my other fabrics, so that works really well. And then I'd sew around that before I fold my base fabric back over again so it's right sides together, and then sew around those edges, leaving the bottom part open so that I can turn it the right way round. So I'll just do a basic running stitch down those two open sides, two long sides. I folded it over so I don't need to do the top edge, but I leave the bottom edge open so that I can turn it the right way round. It's helpful to have something like a long tool. For example, I used a paintbrush to make nice crisp corners. You could use a pencil or a pokey tool or something like that. And then at the base there, I just fold that edge in so that it's a little bit neater, and then sew that edge together so that it's closed. Now you could add a little bit of ribbon or some other fabric on the bottom there if you want to, but I just turned it in and sewed it closed. I used a contrasting thread to go all the way around the outside to add a little bit of extra detail. And this is the finished project, and it looks really cute. It's nice and flat, ready to go in a book, and I'll be sending it in the post. So it's a nice, easy, quick gift to give to my friend. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!